want to discuss this film. Of course, there's the remake or sequel to this film, and I was like, I've never seen it, which somebody in the comment section is probably going to say, what the fuck, you haven't seen The Exorcist? How could you? I've never seen The Exorcist. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a movie reviewer, but there's some movies I've never seen. And The Exorcist was one of them. I saw the opening scene for this movie, which in a way hooks you. I'm not saying otherwise, it hooks you, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just busy afterwards and I just said I can't watch the movie today. But I found the time yesterday and I got to see it. And that film is the movie, the legendary The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a horror thriller. When a young girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of two priests to save her daughter. Film's runtime is 122 minutes. Film's rating is R in color. And the film's directed by William Friedkin. And yes, The Exorcist. Let's talk about the history of this film in a way. Of course, I was not born during the 70s, so I can't tell you. Oh man, I remember when I was there when I saw The Exorcist. I was not fucking there. I wasn't even in the thing. And I do have parents. I do have my mom and I do have my aunt in a way. And they went to see The Exorcist. And they even told me about The Exorcist. They even said that when they used to take showers, they had the radio on and all they would hear was Linda Blair's Mary. And they would just shit themselves. And they were terrified of this movie. And they went to see it in the theaters. And it's an experience. And The Exorcist, guys, you have to understand, during the 70s, the most cronky shit, it was like Psycho. In a way, that was like the most The Exorcist literally break new waves. People were fucking leaving the theater screaming, going crazy, if I remembered correct. Well, again, I was not fucking there, but I do have witnesses, and they were kind of like, yeah, that's what happened. But yes, The Exorcist was something crazy back in the day. People would go watch that movie and they'll leave with the little feces in their undies. And yeah, this film, it was something else back in the day, and that's what I do when I watch an old movie in the 70s. It's just different. I just love 70s cinema. 70s cinema. I don't know what happened during the 70s, but people were told, hey, you can do some shit, and that's The Exorcist. And my God, The Exorcist is a masterpiece. It's an amazing film. It is legendary. It's everything I suspected it to be, and it's amazing. The Exorcist is a fantastically made horror movie with also just very good writing, and it's an amazing film in the beginning to end. And it stars Ellen Burstyn as the mom, her daughter's been possessed by a demon, in which she doesn't believe in it. She's actually an atheist in this movie, which is also an interesting perspective, I can imagine. And when things are just not going well, she goes to a priest and says, please help my daughter. Do what has to be done. And it's cool seeing Ellen Burstyn. This is actually before she did Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. She's great. She's an amazing actress too. Ellen Burstyn's great. And she's amazing in this movie. She plays a mother who I can imagine going through that torment of a daughter who you love being possessed by a demon and not knowing what to do. You're going to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is like, nothing's wrong, it's on the brain. And she's fucking doing some pretty outlandish things. And yeah, I think Ellen Burstyn's amazing in this film, but Linda Blair, this young child playing this girl who gets possessed, and the kind of things that she does on screen is like, whoa. You can't do that nowadays, I don't think. I don't think you can have a child with a cross fucking stabbing herself saying, fuck me. You can't do that. You can't do that anymore. I don't think you can. That's crazy. I hope they do it in the remake. Hopefully they don't pussy out. And yeah, man, it was real crazy. And I think Linda Blair, she got nominated for Best Actress or Supporting, which genuinely deserved. Or she's fucking amazing in this movie. The kind of role that she made for this 13-year-old to portray a child who's just being possessed by the most evil, sanest thing ever. And yeah, Linda Blair did an amazing job. And you also got supporting. You got the priest, where his character, his mother is going through some shit and dies, and he's like, oh man, he's going through he's losing faith in a way, and he's told what's going on, and he's like, all right, he's a little suspicious. He's like, all right, man, let's see what's going on. The exorcism has not been done in years. It's like, it's a very, like, you have to be told, all right, you can do an exorcist. And I think the priest is great in this movie. I think the guy who played him, I think there was so many people in the role. I think Al Pacino was actually was in the line, and I'm glad, honestly, this man was picked. A very unknown actor, and he's great as the priest. I think that and just the character and the writing is just pitch perfect, and just him just doing. He's a normal dude, but he's losing faith. Shit's happening to his mom, and he's just doing his own thing, and he's just having a hard time. And I like the priest. I thought the priest is great. I thought the dude. The acting was just fantastic. He also loves movies, so a movie lover like mine will always love a movie lover. That's always something for me. Like movies, I probably like you. And yeah, he's great in this film. We also got the lieutenant, who's probably the only comedic thing in this film. There's zero comedy throughout this movie, but the dude is probably the only person who comes in. He's like, you like movies? I got passes, and he's like, he's the only character that has a little bit of comedy, but there's nothing here. You're being just fucking penetrated into scary shit, and that's it. He's the only person. He's great in the movie, and everybody in the movie did a great job. The old priest guy, where in the beginning of the movie he's in freaking Saudi Arabia, which was just, I don't know, it was just scary. It's like you just hear a fucking Allah Akbar, in the opening scene, you're like, oh, this is gonna be some serious shit. I don't know. That's what I felt, man. And this movie just had a tone. To the beginning and the end. And the performances are great. The direction by Mr. William Friedkin's amazing. This is a very well shot, very well directed movie, and the pacing is just amazing. It's never boring. It really is just the direction by William Friedkin and the tone of this film, and it's just fantastic. The writing and also the novel by Mr. William Peter Blatty is amazing. This is an amazing story. It's very well written. The man got an Oscar for it, well deserved, and this is a very well written story, and it's an amazing film, and the story is super interesting and just never boring, and it's just amazing. And also the music, which of course the film didn't even have a composer. I checked, there was no composer, only like a sound department more than anything. But somebody did the original theme song, so whoever did it, good job. And the sounds in general is just terrifying. Whoever it is, just amazing. The DP by Mr. Owen Roseman, who actually was the cinematographer for the films The French Connection, The Heartbreak Kid, and Play It Again, Sam. And this is a beautiful looking movie. This is well shot. I mean, the most iconic shot is the priest at night in the fog. This is a beautiful looking film. This is just a very well shot film by this guy, Mr. Owen Roseman. This is a very well shot film. Very well made. It's just beautiful to look at. The editing by Norman Gay and Evan A. Lodeman, who was the editor for the film The Panic in Needle Park, The Effect of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon, Marigolds, and Scarecrow. And this is very well editing. The pacing is fantastic, and the imagery is just scary, man. There's of course that 1 second shot of the fucking demon was just like, oh shit. Which is terrifying. That would be my nightmares for a while, ladies and gentlemen. And this film is legendary in every way possible. It's an amazing horror film, and by the end, you're just feeling like, wow, this is crazy. Again, you have to understand. Like, I put myself in the audience in 1973, and you're seeing this film, which is different from any other film that's ever been made. And just seeing a 13-year-old just being fucking destroyed in every way possible. And also the makeup artist for the movie is just amazing. Whoever the makeup people did a fantastic job creating the destroyed Linda Blair and the monster in a way. And my God, yes, The Exorcist is an amazing movie. I have nothing bad to say except fuck. That's some gnarly shit. And I mean the craziest things, man. Her pissing on herself, fucking telling the priest, your mother's sucking cock in hell. I mean, some real shit. And yeah, it's traumatizing. I can imagine for those folks back in the day, and it holds up big time. And The Exorcist, without a doubt, gets a 5 out of 5 stars. It's an amazing movie. I see it more than 3 times, it gets a 6 type shit. Again, I'm probably going to make a video of movies that I've seen more than 3 times and say, hey, that's a 6. Exorcist could absolutely be, with more watches, a 6. But I love The Exorcist. The Exorcist is an amazing film, and it was very good. It was very special, and just the experience. I mean, I was just watching the movie, thankfully during the day. I can imagine seeing this shit at night, and just the tone and the imagery. And I was actually watching it upstairs and downstairs, and it was funny. My mom was just listening to Linda Blair saying shit, or the voice actors. I don't think Linda Blair said that. I think it was like the voice actors, and just saying some shit like, yeah, mother-sucking cock in hell, fuck me, lick me, like some real shit, like something that's like, man, a 13-year-old, like just imagining a 13-year-old saying that shit, that's crazy at the time. But I mean, nowadays you got kids that play Fortnite, they'll say some of the most fucked up, messed up shit. But yeah, man, this film's amazing. I love it, and The Exorcist without a doubt gets that big rating. And I am worried for the remake, mostly on the terms of the person who created Halloween, the remake of it. I enjoyed the first movie, but then the trilogy itself became pretty shit. So hopefully they do good with this one, and they don't do a whole trilogy. You know what that happened with the original. Oh, The Exorcism 3 though, I heard it's pretty good. That's the only one worth watching. That's what people say, and just skips the second movie. The second movie I heard is just complete dogfire. But yeah, I hope it's good though. I am a very hopeful human being, and I hope the Exorcism believer is good.